Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching A Healthy Alternative. Today we're going to be answering the question, can you lose 10 pounds in 2 days? Let's find out.
We're missing a piece of the puzzle. You start getting healthy and you just become a better person. We need to start focusing more on the individual.
Before we get started today, I just want to issue a warning about this particular technique. If your goal is to do this and then like on day 3, go to Vegas, drink and party, I would recommend that you don't do this. If your goal is to do this and then on day 3, go to a buffet with your family or, try and impress people at a dinner where you know you're going to be eating a lot of food, I would also suggest that you don't do this. Just thinking about the mindset of somebody who's interested in losing 10 pounds in 2 days, maybe if you're trying to fit in an outfit or maybe you have some special event coming up and you want to look really good for it or whatever the case may be and you don't have a lot of time, but you don't plan on drinking heavy after or you don't plan on eating a lot of food afterwards, then this may be an option for you. There are a couple of tools that I'm going to kind of recommend. You may not use all of these things because it depends on how you're going to kind of use this technique, but this is the list of things that you may need. Okay, so number 1, hexane-free castor oil. You want to make sure that it is hexane-free. It's going to come in a glass jar. And it doesn't matter. You can get a small jar. It doesn't matter. This is reasonably easy to find. So if you're one of the people who wants to start today, you might be able to go to the store and just find this and you're good to go. An alternative to the castor oil would be food grade Epsom salt, okay? You don't need both. If you can find the castor oil, that would probably be better. But if you can't find the castor oil, then you could get food grade Epsom salt. You're going to need at least 2 gallons of water. Feel free to get 3 if you want to. But my recommendation is at least 2 gallons of water. You're going to want to get either a bag of key limes, okay? So if you can find key limes, Kroger's usually has them, Whole Foods usually, most grocery stores have them. You're going to need a bag of those, or you could get 3 lemons or 3 limes. Either or is fine. Finally, I'm going to recommend that you all either get a detox tea. If you have time, once again, if you just want to do this because you want to do it, you're not on a time constraint, like you don't got to do it today, then I would recommend ordering some detox herbs. Or conversely, you could get the Root Trinity package. So if you have a little time, or if you're interested in doing this technique and then doing it again in the future, or if you're interested in maintenancing after you do this technique, grab yourself one of the Root Trinity packages, and I'm going to have the link for that in the description box and in the comment section. Okay, before we get into this technique, I want to announce to you all that we are opening the 21-day fasting challenge. You all have been asking us about this challenge for the past month and a half, it seems like. So it is finally ready to launch. And I'm going to leave the link to join the challenge in the description box or in the comment section. If you don't find it there, it may be because you've just joined the video too early. I haven't put it there yet, but that's where it's going to be. So for everybody who's been asking us, you're officially going to be able to join, and you'll get all the details about the new challenge. We've added several new elements to it, as well as we've extended it from a 30-day process to a 60-day process. So if you're coming to this video and your goal is to drop 10 pounds real quick, but you want to be able to do something more sustainable after your event or after you kind of get over this hump, whatever the reason why you're here, you may want to join the 21-day challenge as well. We'll go through a full prep. We're going to teach you all sorts of things that I'm not going to get into in this video. And so it would just be a great cap on top of your initial 10-pound drop. All right, so getting into this technique. Number 1, I look at it like there's 2 different types of people who want to do this. Like I said earlier, there's the person who's like they're getting married. Or they have some event and maybe they want to do a photo shoot. They're going to start today and they're going to end 2 days from now, right? Then the other person is, well, I have 10 pounds to lose, or I'm just curious to see if this is going to work, or I would love to try something like this and kind of jumpstart my weight loss journey. And, so they're doing it. There's two different time constraints on both of these things. So the first person I'm going to talk about is the one who's starting today because they got something planned 2 days from now and they want to drop the weight, they want to look good. And this is how you're going to do it. All right, so today you're going to go to the store. You're going to get yourself either some castor oil, hexane-free castor oil if you can find it. If you can't find it, get yourself some food-grade Epsom salt. Okay? Now, you're also going to want to go and get those 2 gallons of water as well as the lemons or limes, the key limes. All right? First thing you're going to do is you're going to transfer your water from the container that it's in. I recommend distilled water. So get your distilled water, put it in whatever container that it's going to be in, because you really don't want to leave it in plastic. But you're going to be creating what's called infused water. All right, you're going to infuse the water with the fruit juice, so the lemons, the limes, or the key limes. You're going to slice up whatever fruit that you were able to find, key limes being optimal, and you're going to put them in the gallon of water. So you could do it all in one 2-gallon jug, or if you have 2 1-gallon jugs, it doesn't matter. But you're going to infuse the fruit into the water. You want to let it steep for about 4 hours. What this is going to do is going to make the water extremely hydrating, okay? That's going to be very important for what we're going to be doing. So you want to make sure that your water resources are up. You're going to be drinking about 1 gallon of water per day. So just prepare yourself for that. You're going to want to start early in the morning, and you're going to want to sip all day long, remembering never to drink more than about 16 ounces per hour, but this is the process. You want to make sure you hydrate really well. Depending on which one you get, whether it's the castor oil or the Epsom salt, the next move is to take that. All right. So if you got the castor oil, you're probably going to start with about a tablespoon of castor oil. And you can wash it down with one of the limes, key limes or lemons. So I recommend, you get your teaspoon, you get your castor oil, you drink that, and then you wash it down with one of those lemons or limes. That's just going to help it go down. You don't have to do that step, but that's just a little bonus tip. If you're using the Epsom salt, you're going to read the bag. The bag's going to give you instructions on how to do it. I want to say that if you have, let's say you have a 24 ounce of water, you could put 2 tablespoons of the Epsom salt in there. But the bag is going to tell you the instructions for how to use it internally. If the bag doesn't have instructions for how to use it internally, you probably bought the wrong kind. Go get food grade Epsom salt. That's important. The non-food grade stuff is going to have all sorts of extra chemicals and stabilizers and stuff in it that's not good for you. What the castor oil and what the Epsom salt is going to do is it's going to start the process of rapidly flushing the system. This is important because we're going to be pushing a lot of toxicity out of the body. That's how you lose weight. And you want to make sure that your elimination pathways are as clear as possible, given the circumstance. One extra bonus tip that I'm going to add, I didn't talk about this earlier. If you have a water enema kit, or if you can get a water enema kit, it may be a good idea to also do a water enema during this time as well. I know it's a lot of stress you're putting on your bowels right now, but because of the amount of weight you want to lose in the short period of time, it's important to clear the elimination pathways as much as you can. But this is just an optional bonus step. You don't have to do it. In addition to the water and the infused water and the Epsom salt and all that, on the first day, you're also going to refrain from eating. Yes, that's right. You're going to be practicing a water fast. So you're going to be drinking your gallon of fruit-infused water. You're going to have your castor oil or your Epsom salt, and you're not going to eat anything. What does this mean? It means no gum. It means you're not going to be chewing on ice. It means you're not going to be chewing on herbs. You're not going to be eating anything. In order to increase the chance of success and the outcome, you don't want to even trick your body into thinking it's going to be digesting anything. The biggest benefit of fasting is being able to let the digestive system go to rest. And when the digestive system goes to rest, that energy that's typically used towards digesting or preparing for digestion, it will utilize that excess energy for detoxification, which equals weight loss. That's what we want. For the first day, we're fasting, we're drinking water, we're preparing our system. Now on day 2, we're going to be kicking it up a notch. And this is the reason why I said this is not like a basic technique. You're going to be doing a pure dry fast on the second day. Now, if you don't know what a dry fast is, I do have videos talking about dry fasting. I will leave a card so that you can learn more about dry fasting. But dry fasting is essentially not eating or drinking. There's soft and hard dry fast. Hard dry fast means you don't even come in contact with water. You don't need to do that for this particular fast, but some people go hard and they don't even take showers or brush their teeth during this time. So I suppose that's an option as well if you want to. So on day 2, it's very simple. You're not putting anything in your mouth. You're not eating anything. Don't use toothpaste, okay? If you want to brush your teeth, use just your toothbrush. You could use a tongue scraper, but don't use any toothpaste. And try to use as little water as possible. Try not to even drink the water when you brush your teeth, all right? Now, I know this sounds extreme. Well, first, let me tell you that it's a very ancient practice. It's something that people actually still do in modern times on a large scale. But if you want the outcomes, this is how you get it. But this is also the reason why I gave the warning that if on day 3 you're going to go drinking or something, you don't want to do it at all, because shocking your body like that is going to be detrimental. You're probably going to be dealing with some type of extreme bloating or inflammation or something like that that's going to make you feel uncomfortable the day after your event or whatever the case it is. So I personally would not recommend doing that at all. So I put it out there. Now, this next piece of information is going to be for the second person. This is the person who doesn't have to absolutely do it today. Maybe they have a couple of days. Maybe they have some time. They can order some things. They could get some things in. Or maybe you're just doing this because you want to challenge yourself, or you just have simply 10 pounds to lose, and you figure, hey, let's do it in 2 days. You can kind of do a little more preparation. So what you're going to want to do is, like I said, you're either going to want to get yourself a detox tea, which there's many out there. You got to be very careful about which ones you get, because all detox teas aren't created equal. Or like I mentioned before, as some of you all know, we are partnered with the Root Wellness brand, and their products, they have what's called the Trinity pack. There's 3 products in it. These products do exacerbate weight loss. So it's one of those things that can help prepare your body for the weight loss, and basically be in the place of the castor oil and the Epsom salt and even a detox tea. But it is going to give you more long-lasting results, because the Trinity pack is going to last you about 30 days or so. And so you're likely going to lose more than 10 pounds. But we do know that this pack helps you to lose weight, because weight loss comes from removing the material and contamination in the fat cells, getting them into the elimination pathway, and then having them exit either through the sweat, the urine, or primarily through the breath. So with that being said, like I said earlier, I'll leave the link to the Root products and stuff like that if you're interested in going that route. But you can also do what I mentioned for the people who's like, I gotta do it today. You know what I mean? You could still do that as well. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. I just wanted to give you all several different options. The routine is going to be exactly the same. However, if you have the extra time, I would recommend that you take a few days to do some other prep work. So number 1, you can start your water early while you wait for your materials to come in. So as soon as you decide you want to start doing this, get your water. However many days that let's say it's going to take you a week to get your materials in, get yourself about 7 to 10 gallons of water, or whatever's reasonable, and start doing your 1 gallon of water a day. I would also recommend that you stop eating breakfast, just meaning that the first 5 hours that you're awake, don't eat, okay? And then make sure that you're not eating no snacking in between meals. So you've got 2 meals left in the day. Don't snack in between those meals. And also increase the high water content foods. So if you're eating out a lot, or if you're eating a lot of processed foods, maybe you're buying stuff like TV dinners, cut back on that and start increasing the fresh produce. So more salads, more soup, just preparing things fresh using natural grains, quinoa, things of that nature, and eat like that leading up to your 2 days. Then once you get all of your products in or whatever it is that you're going to start with, then you can go ahead and execute just like I did. I taught in the previous few minutes here, and you'll get your outcome as well. Just a little secret: if you guys go that route, you'll probably lose more than 10 pounds, but who's counting? All right. So that's pretty much it. Now, when you come off of your 2 days, all right, whether you have the event or whether you're just doing this to challenge yourself, coming off of a dry fast, you always break a dry fast with water. That's the biggest rule. I don't care. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you got going on. When you come off of a dry fast, you break it with water. And the most important thing is you sip it slowly. You never, ever, ever guzzle your water coming off of a dry fast. It can be very detrimental to your system. You have to understand that when you dry fast, there's systems go to rest. It's the reason why dry fasting is so much more powerful than water, because with water fasting, your digestive system almost completely goes to rest. With dry fasting, it basically does, especially depending on how long you're fasting for. Your throat muscles kind of start to your body extracts energy from everything that's not necessary for healing, and it starts diverting it to healing. So always break your dry fast with water, sip slowly. If you, on that next day, when maybe you have your event or whatever the case may be, if you're feeling like you got low energy, but you don't want to eat a whole bunch, have fresh juice, have coconut water, maybe make some vegetable broth or something like that. That will be optimal for you to have coming off of your dry fast, and then just ease your way back into eating slowly. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to leave a card to the other video where I talk about dry fasting more in depth if you guys want to learn more about that. Make sure that if you've been asking us, make sure that you click the link in the description box, because the 21-day challenge is on. We have completely revamped it, so we're finally going to launch that for y'all. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. This is what I do. And as always, the application of knowledge is power, and I will see you all next time.